the string is, it is sending the category name electronics. If it is electronics, what should happen? So if it is electronics, case is electronics. Now what I have to do is, so into this products, this is products is an array. We are having empty array. So into the products array, I will access the products array and I will put electronics array into it. I will assign it. That means electronics collection is added into products. After that, this must be loaded into the LST products. For that, we have load products. We have load products. It will be loaded into it. We have load products. It will be loaded into it. So that is ready. Now, generally, what happens is when you are dealing with collection and the collection need to change according to situation, we have to use this. And already we learned how the switch works. And here I am configuring the case as footwear. Then what should happen? The products, into the products, we need to send footwear. And load products again. We need to load the products. That means the new products are added. Then break. And if the case is fashion, case is fashion. So, and we need to put the products is equal to fashion. So fashion. So that is the case, and break. If it is not any of these, then we have to put a default. So, and in the default, we need to define the products into the products array. We will pass here, please select category like this, and we need to put break. Now, one more problem is there. Actually, what happening is the second one is updating now. I selected electronics. Then electronic products will come here. So JBL speaker, earpods. When I select footwear, so footwear products are added to the existing. This is problem. So whenever you are adding new products, clean up the existing one, because only one should be there. Then when you are loading the products, the load products and adding the products into LST products, before adding LST products.inner HTML, keep it empty. Then it will clean up the existing products and it will load the new products. So now you see here, I selected electronics. So electronic products will come. So select product. So that is JBL and all. I selected footwear. Then footwear products only will come. I selected fashion. Then the fashion products should come. So that means some problem in this spellings or anything. Let's check. So this is products fashion. When fashion is selected, fashion products must be added, and the load products. We have to call load products again. We are not loading the products. Okay. Now I say fashion, then fashion products will come. I said footwear, footwear products will come. So which category you are choosing, the category related products will come. This is choosing a category and category related products. Now if I select the first one, select category, then it says, please select a category. It should say, please select a category. That is the default one should work. So we need to check for that. That means again, load products should happen. And LST products should clean up and it should display this load products, because I need to access load products again every time. Now you see, I say electronics, electronic products. I say select a category. It says, please select a category. There is no items here. When you select the category, that category related products will come. And these category related details will be displayed. This is, we call as cascading dropdown. So in some interviews, they will ask you, can you create cascading drop-down? Cascading drop-down is nothing but one dependent on another, another dependent on another. You can create like that multi-level. So now what should happen is when user selects a product, the product detail should come. And for that, we don't have any data. So we need to maintain data for that. Later, when we learn the backend technologies, we will maintain database, we will create tables, we will pull the data from the database, and we will display the data. So we don't need to write all this here. We will use Ajax, we will pull the data and interact with the data dynamically. As of now, we don't have any database or backend technology, so we have to write all of this. And every product related information. So what we will do now, here I will go to the previous one. Yeah, I will copy this here. So that means this is data actually. Let's keep this now here. That means we need to maintain. So data. In the data, we have name. So we have price. So the photo, all the details are defined. Similarly, add some name as some earpods. Okay, some price. So price is price, and photo, and the photo, and some earpods.jpg. Right. Okay. And we have Nike casuals. So, and another name. So Lee Cooper boot, and price, and some price. And photo is some assets shoe1.jpg. And one more product here to display. So that is name, and here we have jeans and price. So price and photo, and we have assets and jeans.jpg. Okay, this is data. Now what I have to do is when user changes the product, when user is changing the product, let's see, when user selects a product, that means on product change. So we will write a functionality here. So on change, product changed. So let's call the function here product changed. So we will write a function. So product changed. Now this product changed function should get the product name. So how to get document get element by ID LST products. LST products dot value, it will get the product name. Console.log, let's print that product name and see product name, is it correctly coming or not? Because blindly don't write the logic and finally see the errors. That's what generally people do. They will write the complete logic and try to find errors. So for every function, for every step, you check whether the value is coming or not. That will resolve issues easier. So many times you all people write the complete logic and finally check the errors. For every function, you check whether it is properly coming or not. Then it is more easier for resolving the issues. So you see here now, I selected the console here. Okay. And in the console, yeah. And I select here category electronics in that JBL speaker. It's working fine. So earpods, it's working fine. Some footwear. So it is accessing the products here. Product name is correctly working. If it is working, then what we have to do is I have to search for this product name. I have to search for that product name and display, and I need to store I have to search for the product name inside this data. And we will create here searched product. Searched product is empty. We are creating searched product, that is an empty. So that is an empty variable. Now we have to search for that product based on the name and store inside this searched product variable. All we are creating global so that we can access in any function. That searched product must contain the product that belongs to this. Already we learned how to search for this product name and return from the data. We already learned array functions, and here searched product is equal to products is the data is the collection. On this data collection, we have to use the find command. This find command uses a callback function. It uses a callback function. Already we learned find how to use. This callback function will collect every item. It will collect every item. And what it will do is it will return only the item whose name is matching with the product name. We selected product name matching with the product name. That means it will search every record. Already we learned find and filter. Find will get only one record. Filter will return all. That means now searched product contains the details of the product that you have selected. You try seeing this, whether it is working fine or not. If you want to see what is present in an object, then you do one thing, console.log. You can use JSON.stringify that searched product. JSON.stringify is used to convert that JSON object into a general string and display. You see now what happens now. So let's check that first. Go to the console again here. And in the console, now select electronics. Select speaker. You can see the name, JBL speaker, price, photo, all that information is correctly coming. So it's working fine. It is able to access the detail and display the detail. Similarly, which product we are selecting, the product details is coming here. So it's working fine. Okay, if it is working, now this searched product details must be displayed. This searched product details must be displayed inside the labels. Document.getElementById, LBL name dot inner HTML, searched product dot name, document get element by ID LBL price dot inner HTML. So search, I will put here first ampersand hash 8377 semicolon and searched product dot price and document get element by ID. So here IMG product. So dot src, so because it is an image, is equal to searched product dot photo. The path will be applied. Okay, now that's ready. On product change, we need to get this. And you see here now, I select a category footwear and I select a product. The product detail will come. And I am changing the product. The product detail will change. I am changing the category fashion and the fashion product detail will come. That means which product you are selecting, the product detail it is displaying. We are accessing that and we are displaying that. Now, what should happen here is when I click add to cart, it must be updated to cart. So updated to cart. Initially, see, we will have one more variable. I'm keeping all the variable declaration at one place, okay, at the top. Where cart items is an empty array. And we will write a function here called get cart items count. That is the function. So here we will put the label, observe this label. Right side column have a label, so called LBL count. This is the span LBL count. What I will do is I will access that here. So document dot get element by ID LBL count dot inner HTML is equal to cart items dot length. It will get the length of the number of items inside that array. Now this get cart items count must load on body load. Get cart items count must be loaded. And you see that it is initially empty now. You see 0 will come. You got that 0. I will keep this class. So here the span right side. Yeah. So let's keep this class as badge and BG some light. So badge and BG light. It will display in this way, or BG info. Okay. It will be in this way. So dark. Okay. It will be in this way. Now we have 0 cart items. I don't need this square brace anymore. I will put the badge class for that. So that means 0 items are there. Now what should happen is when user clicks on add to cart after selecting an item, it should update the count. That means add to cart click. So on add to cart click, this item must be added to the cart, and it should update this count now. So what we do is, so let's write the function for add to cart click. So on click is equal to add to cart click. Okay. Add to cart click is a function. Okay, let's access the function here. Function add to cart click. Now this function will fire up. This function will fire up when you click the button. What it should do is the searched product, it must add into cart items. So we have cart items array. Into that push the searched product. So that's it. This searched product is pushed into the cart items. And after that, get cart items count, update the cart items count. And I will put an alert saying that item added to cart. So that means I am writing here item added to cart. Item added to cart. So you see now here, I select electronics. I selected an product. I click on add to cart. Item added to cart. Okay. And cart items count updated to 1. It's updated to 1. Now I selected some fashion. I selected some shirt. And I click add to cart. Item added to cart. Okay. Then you see that number of items in the cart too. Now what should happen is when user clicks this button, your cart items, when user clicks this button, your cart items. Now I need to show those items in the cart. So what are the items in the cart? I need to display them. You can display anywhere in a model, or so anywhere you can display that. So what I will do here is, or in between, anywhere you can display. So when user clicks your cart items, I need to display that. So then we do one thing here now. We have to configure so a functionality. We can show hide or we can use jQuery Bootstrap related options now. Now what I will do is just below this your cart items button, I will create a div and put a class as model. So model, so I keep here fade and I keep here show, and model have an ID cart items, cart or simply cart is the ID. Now this model should toggle when user clicks on this button. Then we have to use data bs target is equal to so hash cart, and data bs toggle is equal to model. Okay, and in this we are creating a div. So class as so model dialog, and we will create another div class as model content. In this we will create a div, so class as model header, so model header, and here display heading your cart items, and here we will create a div class as so model footer, model body first. Okay, in the body we will design a table, so class as table, so table and table hover. Okay, in this t head and tr and th, this is name and price, and we have preview. Like this we are adding the details. Okay, now one more in the table body, so we will put an ID as t body. This is dynamically generated, so for every item. Okay, then we have a div class as model footer and a button, so class btn and btn primary and OK button. So this we will put data bs dismiss model. Okay, let's add, so in the header, so another button, so class as btn close and data bs dismiss model. Okay, now actually table is empty, it doesn't have anything here. So table is empty, it's not having any details inside it. Now you see here on click this model will pop up, and okay, it will close. It is going to display. Now I want to show that a list of cart items inside it. Now what should happen is, after adding an item into cart, these cart items must be generated into a table. After adding that, they must generate into the table. So how to create a table dynamically, we saw that. Means how to generate a row, how do we add items into it. That means, so this cart items related details must be loaded. So we will write one function. So one function is, so function, so load cart items. Load cart items, we will get var tbody document dot get element by id tbody. Okay, so we need to perform iteration var item of cart items, and we need to generate a row. tr is equal to create element tr. just now we saw how to create a table. And the td name document dot create element td. Another td price document dot create element td. And td photo. So document dot create element td. Okay. Now td name dot inner html is equal to item dot name. td price dot inner html is item dot price. And the td photo, in that we need to create an image where image is equal to document dot create element image. Image dot src is equal to item dot photo. Image dot width is equal to 50. So image dot height is also 50. And add this image. So td photo dot append child. So add that img and add the cells into row. tr dot append child td name. tr dot append child td price. tr dot append child td photo. And tbody dot append child tr. That's cart items. And before loading anything into it, clean the table body first. tbody dot inner html is empty. Otherwise, it will add to the existing ones. Means it repeats. Now we can clean that. Now load cart items must perform after you add to cart. So access that function also. So load cart items. You access that function. It will load the cart items into table. Now table is ready. So you see now here, I'm selecting here footwear. So Nike casuals, add to cart. Okay. One item in the cart. You can see that item is there in the cart. That means your cart items it will display. Okay, I will select another one, fashion, shirt, and add to cart. So now we have 2 items in the cart, and those 2 items are there. It will display the cart items that are defined there. Now you are selecting some footwear and Lee Cooper boot and add to cart, and it is added to cart. So this is the basic approach, how we can perform the iterations, how we can generate that. Lot of work will be there. Now don't think that a shopping cart is designed. So after all, it is nothing. I just showed you some iterations, that's it. Lot of operations will be there. Deleting the product, managing the products, editing the products, total count of cart items, summary, how much bill they have to pay. For that, you need to know events. Once you start knowing the events, you can do all this work. You can identify, you can manage various other interactions also. Up to this is fine. You can handle this. You can design this. Now, once you know this, now I will give you one exercise on this. Similar to this, you have to try that. And if you can do that, that's very good. Now we will see one exercise on this. So how to handle and how do we work with that. So this is, first you try this, what I showed you here. Then I will give you an exercise on this tomorrow, okay? So in the next session, now we will go into the concept of JavaScript object-oriented programming. How to work with object-oriented programming approach in JavaScript. So that we will see in the next session. Tomorrow we'll continue with that, okay? This entire example I will